From the Empire State to the Golden Gates, this is Quad Radio USA. Now, with all the dirt from the world of ATV motocross and GNCC racing, here's Mr. 10 Seconds, Rodney Tomlin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quad Radio. It's Thursday, June 7th, 2012, and today we turn our attention to the Grand National Cross Country Championship and one of the premier riders in the XC1 class, and that being, of course, the man with all the dirt. They call him McGirt, and they call him a lot of other things, too, but we know him and love him as Adam McGill. Adam, welcome to Quad Radio, buddy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And not a lot, man. Just been listening to rumors all week about a nasty little crash that you may have had this past weekend, racing some local stuff, keeping yourself prepped for the GNCC.
Yeah. I had a little break for it. I took the training wheels off and decided to go try my thing on the two wheels, and wasn't going too bad, and took a bad bounce, and, you know, the rest is history. Didn't know where I was, didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I was there, and I knew I was doing it pretty damn well.
So it was a pretty nasty bounce then, I guess you could say. One of those that you don't like to take.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It took a bad bounce, and when it bounced, it kicked me sideways, and I was like, you know, I leaned to the inside thinking that, you know, oh, I can correct this. I got this. Well, I didn't got it. So it slapped me in the ground like a rag doll, and believe it or not, Braden Enthorn was there, your XC2 class leader, and he was there, and he came up to me, he's like, McGill, what are you doing? I said, I'm sleeping. He goes, okay. He said, does anything hurt? And I said, yeah, my pride. And so he was like, hell, he's good.
Well, that's good, man. So this happened this past Sunday, I guess, then, right?
Yeah, it happened Sunday, just literally like 5 minutes from from Braden's house and everything. So, I mean, it wasn't like I was too far from home, and, you know, it was only 40 minutes from my place, so easy to say it was only probably a 10-minute trip to the hospital or the emergency room.
So was it an actual race, or were you just out riding?
It was an actual race.
Wow. So can I ask you this question? What in the world are you doing? What are you doing riding a motorcycle, man? I thought that's why you quad riders, you couch riders, rode the four wheels, because you couldn't ride two.
well, I get tired of everybody talking smack. You know, we have the Stuart Baylors and the Corey Buttricks and Caleb Russell's all saying we're couch riders. Well, you know what? I'm coming after their job here next year.
Not with results like this past Sunday.
No, well, they know I'm on the pipe. This is a minor setback in the midst of me achieving a Barry Hawk championship here. I mean, Barry Hawk made the switch years ago, and damn it, I'm going to do it here soon.
You're going to make a name for yourself, and you're going to be the next quad god, then, right?
Yeah, I can be the next Barely Hawk.
Barely Hawk. Okay, I like that. That's a neat ring to it. But all in all, man, it sounds like you're in good spirits. So thankfully, it doesn't sound like things are nearly as bad. But too, I was talking to you. You said you were in therapy there a few moments ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in therapy. I'm at I think it's Mountain State Therapy. It's actually Dr. Thaxton, Steve Thaxton, and you know, I met him actually through racing, and he's, you know, believe it or not, he's actually doing one heck of a job on me. I mean, I've been out of the hospital since Monday. That actually happened on Sunday about 1 o'clock, and, you know, it's Thursday now, and, you know, I don't feel horrible, but, you know, the pain's still there a little bit, but it's like, you know, I went from not being able to put my deodorant on to being able to, you know, put my own deodorant on to, you know, squeezing the shampoo bottle to, you know, being able to use my right arm to scrub on my left arm a little bit. So, I mean, everybody, you never know what you got till it's gone. I can tell you, you know, the arm you use is definitely something you're going to miss if it ever does go away.
At least it wasn't both of them.
Oh, thank God. I couldn't imagine. I remember back in the day, I think it was Brock Parker, broke both collarbones and both shoulders or something. He was in a double arm sling, and I couldn't imagine what he went through back. That was like 2002 or 2003 or something. He did that.
Yeah. You know, what's funny is I've known a few people that have done that, and you talk about, you're very thankful to at least have one whenever you have both of those arms broke. That's for sure, because somebody's got to do everything for you, and I do mean everything.
Yeah, it almost feels like, like somebody else having to wipe my butt or somebody else giving me a shower. It's kind of crazy, but, it's one of the things, like I said, you never really take into consideration until it's gone. You're always so used to just, reaching down and picking up a quarter you dropped. Well, it's not that easy anymore, And, me and the lovely girlfriend Haley went to Lowe's yesterday, and with my riding school and everything going on, this weekend I've got I actually subcontracted out a riding coach this weekend, so went to Lowe's and picked up a fan, and just the simple fact of being able to pull the fan across the floor at Lowe's with a freaking feet itself. It's just every little thing that people don't understand, and once you take that away, it's difficult. And so I've learned that people that's definitely been injured, I've always used to look at it like, oh, come on, it ain't that bad. Well, people wearing the sling, they're wearing it for a reason. It's in some pain, and I've got some good pills, and I guess you can say some good drinks, and I've just been having me a good old time.
Well, you did recently have a birthday. I guess you can have a little bit of fun, huh?
Oh yeah, the birthday, the open house I had, it was a good time. I had a lot of people, a lot of friends come down. I think we had 50 people there in the garage, and I mean it was by far something I always remember. And I'm a quarter of a century old now, and evidently not a quarter of a century wiser.
Well, mistakes do happen. I mean, shoot, even the great Barry Hawk, he had some crashes into his 30s, so, I mean, it's not that big a deal, I guess.
Yeah, like you said, we all make mistakes. I recently had a breakthrough with some toilet paper, so I'll just leave that to the imagination.
So, let me ask you this. Did they install a water hose in your bathroom, I guess you could say, at home?
No, there's no bidet in my house yet. I'm still wiping left hand. I mean, hell, both my arms ain't broke, so I'm good there. But no, I went to the ER and was in the ER for 4 or 5 hours, and did 2 CAT scans and or as Haley like to call it, they skinned my cat, and we did that. I did an X-ray, and and believe it or not, they're like, your shoulder is fractured, and I was like, oh crap. And so, that's something hard to know, like, your ribs fractured too. I think it was rib 3 I fractured on my right side. And then there's like, you have a bruised lung. I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, is there anything else? I mean, you want to tell me maybe I have cancer or leukemia or some shit like that? And it was just one after another, and it never quit. And they was like, we're going to have to keep you overnight. And then, it starts setting, reality starts setting in, and, I want to go home and just, it's like when you're injured, or, an animal gets hurt, you want to be with your family and be with your loved ones. And, thank goodness, I had Haley stay overnight with me at the hospital. It wasn't the greatest thing, but, I know she kept me company, and, I really appreciated that. And, I stayed overnight at the hospital. They checked me every 4 hours, checked my vitals. So it must have been a pretty serious, condition. And they come to find out, I talked with my cousin and his wife, and they actually told me that, she works in the ER. She says with breaks that I've had that people have actually went into shock because it takes so much force, I guess, to break that bone.
Wow.
So reality was setting in pretty hard with me. Monday and then Tuesday was the worst. Tuesday was probably my worst day. I mean, it was, I was so depressed and down and just upset because I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And like I said, you never realize, what you got until it's gone.
So let me ask you this. Did it put you in a perspective, like you look at the big picture, like what if there's more wrong here? What if I'll never ride again or anything like that? Does it make you think of things like that? Because, I mean, even though it might not have been that serious of an injury, I'm sure it rattles you up pretty good. Oh, yeah. I mean, it definitely makes you think. I mean, I'm not going to quit by no means. I mean, this is my passion, is to GNCC race or even just ATV racing in general.
And, it's something that I never want to give up. And I've talked with the therapist here and my doctors, and, they told me 4 weeks and I should be back to not necessarily normal, but being able to use it again, to go mountain biking, to start training. And, it's crossed my mind, what if there is a bigger picture outside of, just ATV racing and motorcycle racing and all of this. And, I got thinking about it, but man, my heart is in, essentially in the saddle, in the seat, behind the helmet, all that good stuff. So it's something I'm ready to give up at the moment, so to say. I've got at least 6-7 more good years in me.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. That's good, but it does give you a chance to, I'm sure, like you say, put things into perspective, and I'm sure that you probably thought, okay, what's next? What is next? I mean, what are you thinking after racing? I mean, 6-7 years from now, or 8 or 10, or whatever it happens to be.
I definitely, I don't know. I mean, I've done a lot of things in life. I've traveled and I've been a lot of places, and I want to. It's crazy, but I want to settle down. I want to have a family. I want to, have a house, and I want to do all that. But as far as the job thing, I want to stay in the industry, whether it be, doing something like as a, Tim Farr, being a manager, or Auntie, working with a factory and being a manager and working with, the factory as being an employee, or even something as small as, my title sponsor, George, getting involved in making a product and, distributing the product through the country, through racers and connections, or just anything in the industry, motorcycles or ATVs. It's funny because you grow up through life and, you play in the dirt as a kid, you play with your Ponca trucks, you play with your toys out in the dirt, and all it is, when you get older, your toys just get bigger and they get a little faster. I mean, look at us now. We're playing with bigger toys and bigger things, but we're still in the dirt.
Yeah. I guess really the song that Tin Man Push put out, Playing in the Dirt, is truly a good GNCC title for a theme song there, I guess, then, huh?
Oh, for sure it is. I mean, every guy loves to get dirty. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, you'll have a few that don't want to, but deep down inside, you throw a little bit of dirt on them. It doesn't bother us. You get your hands greasy, you wipe them on your pants. You pick a booger with your nose, you wipe on the underneath side of your seat. That's what guys do.
You're letting out all the secrets, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a man. I use the bathroom with the door open. I'm a man.
There you go, man. That is.
I don't wash my hands before I eat dinner because I'm a man.
Ooh. And you're tough too, right?
Oh yeah, tough as nails until 08 KTM 250SX flashed me on the ground.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, you were talking about, I asked you about what the big picture, the future and stuff hold. And you talked about wanting to be in the industry. And one good step that I can see that you mentioned there earlier, Adam, you got like a riding clinic or a school going on this weekend?
Yeah, I actually have a riding school. It's actually called McGill U. And I'm actually at my house, and, I think there's 7 coming for sure. Like last weekend, I had the kids class, and that was awesome. I loved it. And I really enjoy working with kids. Getting up and watching them race, and that's what supports the sport, and that's what lets me do what I want to do, which is ride my four, race my four.
Yeah.
And so for me to give back like that it's just awesome. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. And having the adults here, this weekend, like I said, I subcontracted an ATV rider come down and do the riding part of it. That way I can, instruct, but, I'm right now or incapable of it. And so, with doing that, I really think it could be something that could be, huge. Mm-hmm. Something that could blow up and, maybe make a career out of it. Not say, that be my income, but, be able to do it and still, be involved in the industry. I mean, look at Shane Watt. Look what he does, with dirt wise.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as far as,
And Joe Bird
school.
on the ATV motocross side. I mean, he travels all over the world doing those schools.
Yeah, and believe it or not, we're actually I'm going to France again this year, and running it. Going to be on a team with Cody Gibson, and I think old Big Bird's going to be on it with us.
Wow!
And we're going to be doing a riding school over there for a few days. So I mean, the chance for people to learn is, it's like in college. People love to learn, and especially if it's something they're interested in. Then that's something that we can relate to. Because I love to ride my four-wheelers, and everybody that rides them loves to ride them.
Yeah. Yep, that's for sure. I mean, it's a passion. There's no doubt about it, and be able to share that passion's got to be pretty exciting too. So another question I got. You mentioned 4 weeks. I'm doing the math here, and I'm thinking we're a little closer than that to the upcoming Snowshoe GNCC. So is that going to be one that you're going to have to sit out?
We'll see. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where I've kind of thought about it and wondered, and I don't know. We'll find out. I mean, I know my chiropractor said in 3 weeks I should be able to ride the ATV, so we'll see. I mean, I'm religiously, I got a blood type diet. I've gotten, acupuncture. I've gotten LASIK, muscle stimulant stuff, and a whole bunch of other vitamins and nutrients, and I mean, things that would just blow your mind. And I've taken all of them, and within 3 days of working with him, I can, lift my arm up on the armrest of my pickup, where before I had to grab it and pull it up there.
Wow.
So, what he is doing, Dr. Thaxton's definitely, it's not hurting me by no means. So, I mean, whatever I got to do to get this thing fixed, I might not be 100% at Snowshoe. Regardless if I race or not, I'll still be there supporting my fans and, supporting my other racers, and just be there for my sponsors, and make an appearance. I mean, it's a hometown race, and I'm bummed I can't race it, but I would think the fans would understand, and you never know. I might throw a leg over an ATV and go out there for a lap.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you don't, or even if you do, just go out for a lap. I want you to come see me at the finish line, and we can work this. We can talk it together. How about that?
For sure, that'd be fun. I mean, that's something I'd love to do. I mean, I've talked to my mom about this and my girlfriend, and I mean, I would love to throw a set of headphones on and help with announcing and get involved in that side. Who knows? I might be the next, quad radio star.
You might be the next voice of GNCC, man. You never know. Let me hear your best. Let me hear your best 10 seconds.
Oh, you've heard that, son. Come on. Yeah, I might be taking Whitehead's job before it's over with.
There you go. That's the one you want to get, man. You don't want my job.
We'll start small, and then I'll work my way up. I'll start doing birthday parties and stuff like that, and then I'll work my way to GNCC.
There you go, brother. There you go. But hey, that's really cool. Now let's talk a little bit. I know we've been on here for a while, but those that are listening, I'm sure, are somewhat interested still at this point. So let's talk a little bit about the season up to this point, man. We are at the halfway point of GNCC, and you've obviously hit a stumbling block at this point. But all in all, man, I mean, you've had a pretty good start to the first half of the season. Obviously, you've hit a couple of bumps, not quite as big as this most recent one. But, man, you put in some good laps this year, and lots of laps in the lead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I've always said, it's a shame it ain't NASCAR-style points. And, if it was, then, I'd be way out front. But it is what it is. I felt that I put together an awesome team. My sponsors are all there. Have, Precision Title, IPP, Moto Expert, Lone Star, Custom Access Shocks, RG Honda, the list goes on and on and on. And the people that's helping me are people that believe in me. And, I don't want to necessarily let them down by missing this race, but to get emails, to get texts from them, to get calls saying, we're behind you all the way, it makes you feel more or less, instead of a piece of meat, so to say, it makes you feel more of like family,
Yeah.
It lets you know that you're not expendable, that they really treasure what you do, what you can't do for that company, and I really like that. That's the companies I want to be with. That's the companies I want to continue to work with.
Right. That's totally understandable. That is so totally understandable. And I can understand why you want to give so much back to them. And that's probably why you want to work that much harder even for that championship, even though the likelihood of that this year may be out the window, or at least seemingly out the window at this point. I'm sure that, you're looking at improving this year and especially going after that championship in 13.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like one thing I always try to tell myself is, look how long, Taylor and Walker's been on Yamahas, 5 years or more. Look how long Ford's been on Suzuki, 5 years plus. Fifth on a Can-Am, 5 years plus. And look at me, 5 years I'm on a different brand. Every 2 years I've been on something different.
Yep.
And you never know. Something might come up next year and I might be on a different brand again. You never know with the way everything falls. And, like Chad Williams is a good example. Rode different brands every 2 years of his career, and he's been successful in every one of them. And the one thing that you can say that's been there the whole time is him.
Yep.
And I want to be that type of rider that can make any bike, win at any time.
Right. You definitely getting in a position. Definitely getting in position. That's for sure. And I got to ask you, man. I mean, from a personal standpoint, I mean, I know I like all you guys. I like Chris. I like you. I like Taylor. I like Walker. All you guys, every single one of you, even the ones that I didn't even mention there. But, I love, somebody always asks me, who's your favorite rider? Who's your favorite rider? And to really say, who do you have a favorite rider? I don't necessarily say that I do, because I love all the guys, man. I mean, I just enjoy watching them all. But, what's it like from your standpoint? I mean, obviously, Chris is a dominator right now. I mean, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You guys, I think, are getting in the market where Chris is, and Chris realizes that, because even in his latest interview, he told me that, he's had to step up his game recently because you guys have stepped it up. But what's that like, man? I mean, fighting for that goal that sometimes seems so unattainable.
Yeah, it's one of the things where, I always look at it, look at the timelines, look at how I've always, kind of put it as, look how long Chris has been in the pro class until he actually can just say started winning races. And then look at it, until he started winning his championship. He was in pro class, I think he said 9 or 10 years before he won his championship, before he started winning races in the pro class, 4 or 5 or 6 years, stuff like that. I forget what he told me. And so for me to be able to come out and be contendable for a championship, a couple years into my pro class career is, I'm leaps and bounds ahead of that, I guess, essentially. But, what he's got is that confidence. And, and that's what it takes to win. It's not necessarily a good bike setup. I believe it's 60% bike, 40% mental. And if you can mentally do that, mentally put yourself there, the bike's going to be good regardless. If you tell yourself the bike's good, it's going to be good. If you tell yourself the bike's going to be crap, it's going to be crap.
Yeah, that's true. You can beat yourself before you even hit the track.
Yeah, home is where you make it, kind of thing.
Yep, you're right. You're absolutely right. And
So
being one with that machine helps.
Try to stick by that.
What's that?
I said I'm always trying to stick by that, with telling myself, it's going to be a good day today, no mistakes, good starts, and visualize things. And once you can visualize that and tell yourself that, then, it takes a lot for somebody to bring you down off that.
For sure. For sure. And, you seem to still be on a pretty high cloud right now. I mean, you still seem to be full of confidence, even injured right now. I mean, you think you feel like once you get back on the bike, you're going to be right there.
I don't think I'll be right there. I think it'll take some time. This is just making me even hungrier. I mean, at this point in the year, everybody's starting to get burned out. Everybody's tired. Everybody's starting to get weak. And with me taking this break, essentially, it's just going to make me hungry. It just makes me want it even more. And, right now, with being off the bike for 4 days, it's almost like I'm a meth head. I'm itchy. I'm scratching. I'm ready to go again. I just want, I want more. I want more. I want more. I don't want to stop.
Wow.
You know, and I can't. Like, I keep telling myself I cannot get on the ATV or the motorcycle or even my scooter. You know?
Wow. Pretty limited
So
then,
the only thing the only thing I can do is just sit and work on my suntan.
That and learn how to wipe with the other hand.
Yes. It does feel like somebody else is doing it, and I encourage anyone to try that doesn't believe it.
I've been there. I know what your feelings are.
Yeah.
But, all right, brother, a couple more questions for you. The one is, what are the goals and plans for the rest of the 2012 season?
The plans for the rest of the season is, you know, of course everybody wants to win, but realistically, I want to try to keep my same number, you know, pull out a number 2 again. If that isn't possible, then, you know, go out there and do the best I can, you know, please the sponsors as well as I can. I know that, you know, like I told you before, that they know accidents happen, they know things happen, and doing any kind of sports, any kind of motorsports, any activity, there comes, you know, consequences, which is injury. And, you know, to avoid those injuries, you stay in bed all day. And to get better, you can't do that. And so, you know, to come back out these next however many races I have is just, you know, literally old Adam McGill has to come out. You know, checkers or records, you know, if you want it, you're going to have to earn it kind of thing. It's chase me or get left behind. So that's the kind of attitude I'm going to have to get out, and, you know, I'm going to have to dig down and find him. It's gotten so nice to be consistent and be, you know, get settled into that groove that I've got, you know, top threes essentially. And, you know, I need to get out of that. I need to get out of that little comfort bubble I have essentially.
Yep. Sure sounds like you put a lot of thought in this, and I can understand why. And I guess the next question that I have, Adam, for you is, I know that it really sucks to get beat, but is there anybody in particular that it sucks to get beat by more?
Anybody that's in front of me.
There's not one individual that says, if I've got to beat anybody today, it's got to be that guy.
No, I mean, I used to be like that, and it did nothing but, you know, make drama and, you know, make me push to where I get stuck or, you know, have an injury or something like that. So anymore, it's just, you know, I always tell myself is, you know, just go out there and race the track. I don't essentially try to race, you know, a person or somebody or race till the checkers. I usually go out there and try to race the track. You know, I race from turn to turn as quick and as hard as I can. And, you know, by doing that, the lap times get quicker. You know, you tend to forget about, you know, just say arm pump or blisters or things like that.
Wow. You're sounding like a man that's probably a quarter century old now. You're starting to mature, Adam.
Yeah, the only person I want to beat is my friend Jason Davis, which lives down next to me, and we ride dirt bikes together, and that's the only guy I want to beat every day.
It's always good to have a friendly rivalry. I knew there was at least one individual out there that you felt that you had to beat.
Yeah. And I mean, whether it be, you know, 99 to 04 Super Duties, whether it be MXHU Reflex, riding dirt bikes, you know, putting up insulation to, you know, building benches or whatever we might be doing at the time, you know, that's something that, you know, me and him always have a friendly rivalry over.
So that's your brother, man. That's the guy you hang with, huh?
Pretty much. That's my homie.
That's your homie. That's good, man. It's good to have homies, that's for sure. But Adam, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today. I'm sure that we could talk about a whole lot more, but I'm sure the people that are listening have things that they may want to get on to doing, and I'm sure there's things that you want to get on to doing right now too. For sure. I'm on my way back to, you know, the beautiful girlfriend at the farm. I'm going to help her finish packing up and, you know, moving her home from, you know, the school year, and heading back down to the chiropractor tomorrow, and then going to head home and get stuff ready for that school on Saturday, and hopefully everybody can get smart. There you go. It sounds good. Any information on how we could get a hold of you as far as schooling and things like that go? If somebody's listening in. Yeah, I mean, there's my Facebook that everybody can hit me up on. My email is actually Adam K. McGill, and that's ADAM
shoot me over an email, let me know what you want to do, and what I can do is I can forward that over to my mother, and she takes care of all my financials and stuff. And, if you're wanting to do the schooling, we can do that. I still got, like I said, a few more spots open for this Saturday. So, I mean, there's a chance for people to get in there if they want to get in, or, there's a chance for, another one if we have good success out of this one.
And what about shirts, man? I'm sure there's people that want shirts and hats and everything like that. We all like the family stuff.
Mafia wear?
What's that? The Mafia wear, yeah.
No, the Mafia wear. It's McGillMafia.com, and you can order it right off the website. If not, best way to do it is even if you can't get it off the website, shoot me an email, and then I can let you know my mailing address. You can ship me a check or drop me something in PayPal, and then I can get it in the mail. Normally I ship U.S. Postal Service, so normally you'll have it in, a couple days, best chance.
Sweet. Adam, thank you again.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys, and don't lose faith. The Dawn will be back soon. He's just down, but never out.
There you go. That's Adam McGill. I'm Rodney Tomlin. This is Quad Radio.